Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Paula and I live a keto low carb lifestyle. And today I'm going to be filming sort of a day in the life or a what I eat in a day video showing you what me and my husband eat throughout the day on a low carb diet. But I'm also going to be showing you how to make the PSMF Hawaiian rolls that I have made a few times and showed them on Instagram. I've shown them on our Facebook group, and I think I've shown them on here before too, but I've never really shown how I have made them. They are not my recipe, so I want to make that clear. The recipe originated from Maria Emmerich, and then I go by the recipe that Amy Carnivore Angel, that was the name of her channel. It is something different now, but if you Google Amy Carnivore Angel and Google Hawaiian rolls, you will find her recipe. I will actually make it easy for you, and I will try to remember to put it in the description below this video so you can click on the link and go right to her YouTube video where she made them. And I'm going to be using her recipe. So I am going to go exactly by the way she makes them, and then I will be showing you how they turn out. They're a really great option if you are looking for a roll or a hamburger bun. Last night, me and Ed had hamburgers and we had them as a bun. I'll put a picture of them right here. They're very, very good. And so I'm going to be making those in a little bit in the kitchen. First, I'm going to run off to one of my favorite thrift stores. It is Saturday morning and my little thrift store in town that I love to go to is open. And so I'm going to run there and do a little shopping, and then I'm going to go to the grocery store in town, pick up a couple of ingredients, and then I'm going to come back here and get set up in the kitchen and make the rolls, and then I will video the entire recipe of the rolls. And then I'll show you how I make them. They're super easy. The ingredients, I will make a list of ingredients where I get them from. It's about everything that I get, I'm pretty sure you can get on Amazon. So I will put the links for the egg white powder, the egg yolk powder, all of that down below. I'll have a list. So you can go below the video in the description and click on the links if you're having trouble finding the ingredients. Yesterday, I made a video. It was a sit down and chat video all about how keto, the ketogenic diet, has healed my body. And I just want to say, you know, I woke up this morning and sometimes I don't understand why people have to be so negative when you are just sharing positive things that are happening in your life. I just wanted to do this positive video about how keto has changed my health. And when I want to be clear when I share these videos that this is my personal journey. This is why I started my YouTube channel, because I wanted to document my personal journey. I want to share my journey. This is my experience with the ketogenic diet. I'm not saying that if you try this way of eating, that all of the things that happen to me, the positive things, are going to happen to you. I'm just sharing my journey, and people have a choice whether they want to try to eat this way or not. I'm not forcing it upon anyone. I'm not telling anyone you have to eat this way. It's not I'm not that kind of a person. I just like sharing. And so I woke up this morning to negative comments about a positive video. So when you have a YouTube channel, there is a little tab that says held for review, and YouTube chooses sometimes to hold certain comments for the content creator to review them before they get posted. And most of the time they're either spam, YouTube has tagged them as spam, or they're just plain rude comments, and YouTube feels that you should be able to review the comment before you let it go live. And sometimes I do check that all the time, because sometimes regular comments will go to that folder and there'll be something, there's no reason why they should be held for review. So if you ever make a comment and it's not on there, sometimes it goes to that folder held for review for whatever reason. So I will open that up and check that. And I opened it this morning and there's like these rude comments. There were a couple of comments that went through and were in my comments and I responded to them. I'm not a sassy person. I'm not saucy. I'm not confrontational, but I can see why YouTubers get sassy and sometimes you just really want to comment something sassy back to these people. And sometimes I will, and then I'll either edit it or delete it because it's like my flesh. My flesh wants to react to those comments. But I just wanted to say, I'm not forcing anyone to do this way of eating. I'm sharing my journey. And if you have done keto and it did not work for you, do what works for you. Whatever you find in life that makes you feel better, whatever foods make you feel better, go for it. I'm not saying you have to eat this way. And I'm not saying that if you eat the exact same foods that I eat, that all of these great things that I've experienced to my health are going to happen to you. I'm sharing my journey, and maybe some of the things that come out of my journey, if other people apply them, they may help them, and that is why I'm doing this, all right? So I just wanted to say that this morning. I don't know why negative people have to go over into people who have positive lives and good things going on in their lives, and why they have to try to rain on their parades. You know, it really can be upsetting. So I'm gonna brush it off, just like my husband says. He always says, just brush it off, just ignore it. But you know, sometimes it really bothers me. I'm not forcing this. I'm not telling you you have to do this. I'm not telling you that this is the way, okay? I am telling you this is what has happened to me. This is my journey. And I know that it is helping people because people tell me that it is helping them. People that I coach in my coaching programs have received results, very positive results. People comment that watch my videos and say, I just want to thank you because, you know, what you have shared has really helped me as well. And that's why I continue to do this, because I know that it will be helpful for some, not all, okay? So I just wanted to share that. It can be hurtful at times, but just got to keep going and realize that that's what people are out to do. They're out to rain on others' parades. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm getting ready to go and run my little trip to town and go thrifting. And hi kitty. I'm gonna go and do some thrifting, and then I will meet you back in the kitchen when I make these rolls. We'll be showing you what we eat today too. Just as a bonus, we're gonna throw it in there, throw in our meals, and we're gonna make a day of it. So I will see you when I get back. One way that I like to enjoy Element is to take a glass of ice. This is a like 1 quart mason jar, and I take some sparkling water. This is just unflavored sparkling water, and I just fill this up. And then I like to add in some flavored citrus salt. I like the citrus salt in sparkling water. It's really refreshing. And so I personally like to pour the whole packet in a glass this size. Some people who find it a little too salty can do like a half a packet, have the rest of the packet later on in the day. You want to make sure that your glass is a little bit larger because it does like to foam up when you mix the Element with sparkling water. This is a great refreshing way to enjoy Element. If you're wondering what Element is an electrolyte drink mix. There's sugar-free, gluten-free. There's no added junk in the mix. Right here, you can see the science-backed ratio. Perfect blend of everything you need when you are on a low-carb diet. Right now, Element has a special offer for my viewers. If you go to the link that is right here on the screen, drinkelement.com/low carb revelation. That is DRINKLMNT.com/low carb revelation. I will also put the QR code right here so you can just scan it with your phone if you're watching from your TV. Go to Element's website, make a purchase of anything on the website, and Element will send you a free sample pack just like this one that has 8 different flavors of these little convenient packets inside this package that will come with your order, so you can sample the different flavors or you can gift this to a friend. Thank you, Element, for sponsoring this video. So just a little change in plans. We're gonna eat breakfast before I go to the thrift store because it is already 10:45 a.m. and I'm gonna probably be gone for an hour or so, and then I wanna come back and get into making these rolls. So we decided, let's eat first And then after I get back, I can just get set up and start making the rolls. That way we're not starving by the time it's time to eat breakfast. So I have some bacon going in my Z-Star back here. I just want to ask you guys, those who have Z-Stars, do any of you have a problem with your Z-Star blowing fuses? I love my Z-Star, don't get me wrong, but I have one here and I have one at my other house, and both of them blow fuses if other things are going on in the kitchen, like if you have the coffee maker going or microwave or whatever. And then my daughter-in-law, when I stayed at her house, she told me don't run the Z-Star in the microwave at the same time. So I just wanted to know what you guys, what's happening with you guys with your Z-Stars. Does that happen to you too? I'm very interested to find out if you have a problem with fuses being blown with that. So, I mean, there's 3 of them. I have 2 and she has 1, and all 3 of ours are blowing fuses. So anyways, I have bacon. It smells so good. I went to the local butcher in town and bought their smoked bacon. They smoke right there in house. And so we're gonna have some bacon, and I got some eggs here getting ready to scramble up and scramble those. So we're gonna have bacon and eggs. And then I have my protein sparing bread that I made yesterday. And let me tell you, don't let people tell you that this bread is not good. The more you make it, practice makes perfect, because when I first started making it, I had problems with it being chewy and kind of styrofoamy too. But the more I make it a lot now. Look at this. It comes out so airy, so good. Look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and toast these up after the bacon is done. And we're gonna have some cinnamon toast with our bacon and eggs. So I'll show you what it all looks like when it's done. All right, so breakfast, scrambled eggs with a little bit of Gouda cheese, some salt, scrambled them up in some butter and bacon. And this is the cinnamon toast. I just take cinnamon, and I use granular monk fruit sweetener, and I just put it in a blend and butter the toast, put the cinnamon on top, and it's delicious. All right, we're gonna go ahead and eat, and I'll be back later to show you how to make those rolls. All right, so I'm gonna try a new angle today for making these rolls. I am not a cinematographer. I don't have all those skills and all that equipment, so I'm just gonna try to wing it from over here. I have this workspace that I'm gonna work on. I'm probably going to cut my head off and lower it down here so that you can see what I'm doing. You'll just see my hands and that, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up and make these rolls. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 325 degrees right now, and then I'm gonna get everything set up. Now I'm gonna show you how I make these. I have my baking sheet right here. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil spray, and I like to spray it on the baking sheet. And then I put a piece of parchment paper on there. The nonstick spray just helps the parchment to stick, so it's not sliding around when you're trying to work. All right, so I start by doing that, and then I lightly spray this. All right, and I'm gonna set that aside. Now I'm gonna take my dry ingredients first, and I'm going to put them into my mixing bowl with 1/2 cup of egg white powder. This is the one that I'm using currently. These were on sale a few months ago. I bought 5 of these while they were at a super cheap price. And this is just the Now egg white protein powder. You can use any brand of egg white protein powder as long as it's unflavored. Start by putting a 1/2 cup of the egg white powder into this bowl. All the dry ingredients are gonna go in this bowl first. The next thing that you're gonna put in here is allulose. This is the allulose that I like to use. I get this on Amazon. And it is a 1/3 cup of allulose. Next ingredient is nutritional yeast. This is the one that I like to use. I get this on Amazon as well. 2 tablespoons of this. I have a 1/2 tablespoon. I don't know where my tablespoon went. It's missing. So I'm gonna put 4 of these in, but note that it is 2 tablespoons. Next thing is 1/8 to 1/4, you choose, of yeast. And you wanna use the fast rise or the quick rise yeast, all right? This is mostly for flavor, It gives the dough a yeasty flavor that mimics real bread, traditional yeast bread. I like to put in a 1/4 teaspoon. I do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have Redmond's real salt here because that's what I happen to like. Do 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. This is the one that I have right now. Gotta find my teaspoon. All right, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Hold on a second. 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. I get this at Walmart. You can get this a lot of different places. All right, that is all of my dry ingredients. So we're gonna set this aside. I'm gonna take one of these little spoons and just kind of mix it up a little bit. That's all my dry ingredients. I'm gonna put this on here so that it's all ready to go. You need an electric mixer for this. You don't necessarily have to have a stand mixer. A hand one will work as long as it is electric because you're gonna be beating this for 5 minutes until the egg whites are stiff peaks. All right, so the next ingredients that I'm gonna be using is 5 eggs, and they're gonna be split. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. The recipe calls for 1 cup of egg whites and 5 egg yolks. I have found that every time I use eggs, I don't know if it's the size of eggs that I use or whatever, that the egg whites of 5 eggs does not equal 1 cup. So I use liquid egg whites to top it off with, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You'll see here in just a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and divide these eggs up. Okay, there's 1. I'm gonna do this for 5 eggs. You want to try really, really hard not to get any yolk in your egg whites, because if you get any yolk, like I did, in your egg whites, they're not gonna form stiff peaks. You want to keep all the yolk out of here. All right, so as you can see here, this is only about 1/2 cup of egg whites. So I'm gonna pour in some egg whites that I have in a carton and top it off to 1 cup. All right, and I have some kind of a little eggshell in here. I'm gonna get that out. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my whisk onto my mixer, get it in place, lower it down, lock it in place. I'm gonna add my egg whites to my dry mixture, okay? I'm gonna turn this on low. Then I'm gonna shut it off real quick, and I'm just gonna scoop the sides down, make sure that all the powder is in there. All right, I'm gonna turn this on for 5 minutes. The sun is coming in here awful bright right now. This is gonna go on high for 5 minutes. Even if, listen to me here really closely because I've made this mistake as well. Even if you already have stiff peaks, you want to make it go for 5 minutes. They turn out better that way. So you wanna time this for 5 minutes, all right? So here we go. Set a timer for 5 minutes. All right, it has been 5 minutes. I need to make sure I hit record. Kind of paranoid, I forgot to hit, oh, I hit it, okay. All right, so 5 minutes, and now I'm gonna add the egg yolks. This is the 5 egg yolks. I'm gonna add these in slowly on like a low speed. I also forgot, I'm gonna be adding some pineapple extract to mine just to give it that Hawaiian roll taste. You don't have to add this, but I add it to the egg yolks, about a teaspoon. All right, now I'm going to turn this on high just for about 15 seconds. All right, now this dough, if you have made the PSMF bread before, this dough is way more sticky. It reminds me of marshmallow cream, you know, the kind of marshmallow cream you get in a jar. It's very stretchy and sticky. So you're gonna need to follow the instructions with the non-stick spray that I'm gonna be doing here in just a minute. So I'm gonna get this all off of here. All right, this is the scoop that I'm gonna be using. You need an ice cream scoop. You wanna be able to release the batter. So this is I believe this is a 4 ounce or a 4.4 ounce or something like that. I will link this one down below. This is actually a vintage one that I found in a thrift store, but I have another one just like this at home, the same size, and I got it on Amazon. And so I will link that one down below. All right, this is my tray here, and I have my non-stick spray. If you don't want to use olive oil, you can use avocado spray. That works just as fine. I just happen to have the olive oil on hand. All right, you give it a little bit of a mix. You don't want to over mix this. Here's my batter. And I'm gonna spray this every scoop. It's necessary. If you find another way, then whatever works, but this is how I've seen it done, and this is how I do it. You just spray the inside of your scoop and the outside, all right? So you're gonna scoop some batter, release it onto your pan like that, and you're gonna want them almost touching. Sometimes you can get away with 2 times of not spraying, but just about every time you need to spray it. And you're just gonna do this until your pan is full. I have my oven preheated right now to 325 degrees. These are gonna go in the oven and they're gonna bake for 15 minutes. Very important that you follow these instructions. Bake them for 15 minutes, set a timer, then after 15 minutes, you're gonna shut the oven off, but you're gonna leave these in the oven because you want them to finish cooking. You also want them to not, they shrink and fall if you take them out too soon and there's a big temperature change. So you wanna make sure that you put them in there for 15 minutes and then turn off the oven and set the timer for another 15 minutes. Move that over a little bit because I think I'm gonna need a little bit more space. Yikes. I'm running out of space. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven. Look at that. These are gonna go in the oven 15 minutes, shut off the oven, 15 more minutes, and then you're gonna remove them from the oven. When they get to that point, I will be back. All right, so it's been 15 minutes and I'm not gonna open the oven. I'm just going to shut off my oven. and let it sit for 15 minutes. I'll be back. All right, everybody, it's been 15 minutes and I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Ooh, look at the steam. Steam my camera lens up. But yeah, those look awesome. Let's pull these out. I'm gonna have to put my camera down for a second. All right, look at that. Those look amazing. I'm gonna make something for dinner out of these in just a little bit, so stay tuned. In a minute here, I'm getting ready to go into the kitchen to make dinner. I'm gonna be making some ham and turkey. I'm gonna be making turkey for myself, ham for Ed, sliders out of the Hawaiian PSMF rolls that I just made. I don't know if you've seen the traditional recipe where people take the Hawaiian rolls and they slice them and they put the ham and the cheese and some mustard and mayonnaise, and they put all that inside there, and then they pour this sauce on top, and then they bake it in the oven. That's what we're having for dinner tonight. And so I'm going to show you how I make those out of those PSMF rolls that I made just a few minutes ago in the kitchen. But I wanted to come on here real quick and tell you this because I keep forgetting to mention this. For the month of February, over in my Patreon group, I have been having a PSMF challenge. And a lot of people have been doing this challenge over in the group, and people are loving it. They are loving it, and people are getting results, and we chat every day on there. I try to daily post a video on there, and I put recipes on there and all of that, and everybody is really enjoying it. And a couple of days ago, some of the members started asking if we could continue the PSMF challenge into March, do it for another month, because they are just loving it and they just want to keep going. So I have decided to continue it for another month. And so I wanted to let you all know that if you are interested in doing this PSMF challenge, my Patreon link is down below, and I have two different tiers. It's the $10 tier, and you can join and do this challenge with us. You can jump right in the middle of it, and I have all the videos that I have made, all of the recipes, all of the chats, and all of that are on there. So when you join, you can read and watch all of the videos and all my posts from this past month of February. I'm sorry that I'm shaking this phone so much. I'm just holding it in my hand instead of using my stand. But you can go over there and catch up. You can watch all the videos and read all the info, and it's $10 a month. You can cancel anytime. So I wanted to mention that we are going to be continuing the challenge through March because everybody is loving it, and everybody's so excited that we're going to be going for another month. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these ham sliders. I'm also going to do turkey. I have some deli meat here and some Swiss cheese. This is the brand of deli meat that I like to use. Very clean, in my opinion. And so what I have here are my buns. I've got them sliced in half. I have the full recipe for this over on my website, so I'm not going to give you the exact measurements, but I will link the recipe down below. It is ham and cheese sliders, I believe is the name of the recipe. But this is mayonnaise. This is the mayonnaise I like to use. Has made with avocado oil. And I mix it with some Dijon mustard. All right. This is going to go, I'm going to put a little bit of this on each roll on the bottom. Okay. Do everyone like that. I'm making 8 sliders. I'm going to do 4 ham and 4 turkey. This one's got an air bubble. Had like an air bubble, so it has like a hole in it, but that's all right. These are still kind of warm too from when I pulled them out of the oven. Ed said, What do you guys think about this camera angle? Let me know. I know my head's probably cut off, but we're wanting to see the food here, right? All right. My oven, that just reminded me, is preheated to 375. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna build these sliders. I'm gonna take some turkey, and I hope you can see this. I'm gonna put 2 slices of turkey on each one because these rolls are pretty good size. These are really good to warm up again. So if you don't end up eating them all, you can just reheat them, and they turn out pretty good as a reheated food. Make that one over there. Okay, got one left here. I'll just put it on there. All right, so Swiss cheese. I'm gonna lay 1 slice of Swiss on each one of these. And then I'm gonna do ham on the others. Pretty easy. If you have your rolls already made up, you can store these rolls in the refrigerator in a Ziploc baggie or airtight container. And if you already have them made up, you can just throw these together on a quick weeknight for a quick meal. And they're really good. All right, so cheese on these. And I'm gonna put the lids on top. All right, now for the, you don't want to push them close together because I'm going to pour a sauce over these. Melted butter in here, in this bowl. I just melted it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. And I have some Worcestershire sauce, W sauce. I'm going to put a little bit of that in the butter. And some onion powder. And I'm gonna give that a little bit of a mix. You wanna kinda make sure you get them on every roll. Okay, then I'm gonna take everything bagel seasoning. Now, traditionally, I think people put poppy seeds on top of these. I don't have any poppy seeds, but there is poppy seeds in this everything bagel seasoning. And the last time I made these, I made them with this, and it was so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle these on top. And then I'm gonna put these in the oven and let them bake for 20 minutes. And then when they are done, I'll show you what they look like. All right, I'll be back. All right, look at that. These just came out of the oven. I'm gonna plate them up and we're gonna eat. Sliders.
Ready?
Sparkling water. Yeah.
Pretty hot.
It was hot.
I like the everything but bagel seasoning on top. Very nice.
The mayonnaise and the Dijon mixed together.
You know, we've talked a lot about the bun texture, you know, and it's still like that, but there's so much good flavors and that it kind of just takes away from that, you know.
That's very good. So we're gonna go ahead and eat. This video is very long today. So, I have some pickles. We have some pickles on the side. I like to have pickles with a sandwich. But we're gonna go ahead and close out tonight and enjoy our dinner, the rest of our evening. So make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you really soon. Have a great day and God bless.